right, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Ramírez, 28 years of age. Cabrera, the same, 28 years of age. The official weight, 125.6 pounds for Ramírez, 125.1. This fight is excellent for the flyweight bout in the division here. Big tell for this one. Look at this, the height advantage. 5'11" for Ramírez, 5'5" for Cabrera, but that's where he generates all that power. Of course, the official reach here, 5'9" for Ramírez, 5'7" for Cabrera. Record 4-0 for Ramírez, 8 wins, 8 losses for Cabrera. Look at this, the heavy favorite here tonight. And the odds of -505 goes to Ramírez and a +325 dog for Cabrera.
Okay, let's go up inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of LUX Challenge 058. It's 3 rounds in the flyweight division. Señoras y señores, esta es la pelea estelar de LUX Challenge 058. 3 rounds de 5 minutos en la categoría de peso mosca de LUX Fight League. Presentando primero, en la esquina blanca, un especialista en boxeo, marca profesional, 8 ganadas, 8 perdidas, una altura de 1,65 metros, peso oficial 125.1 libras. Presenting now, out of the white corner, he's a boxer, per record of 8 wins, 8 losses. His stance, 5 feet 5 inches tall, official weight 125.1 pounds. Fighting straight out of Estado de México, he is Luis Iron Cabrera. Su oponente al otro lado de la jaula, en la esquina negra, un especialista en artes marciales mixtas, marca perfecta de 4 ganadas, 0 perdidas, una altura de 1,80 metros, peso oficial 125.6 libras. Presenting now, out of the black corner, is an MMA fighter, per record of 4 wins, no losses. His stance, 5 feet 11 inches tall, official weight 125.6 pounds. Fighting straight out of Chihuahua, México, is Anthony el Cachorro Ramírez. The third inside the cage, el tercero sobre la jaula, Gerardo Cruz.
All right, so here comes our main event of the evening here in LUX Challenge 59. The prospect, Anthony Ramírez, and the potential gatekeeper, Luis Iron Cabrera. Gerardo Cruz will be directing this bout. We're going 3 5-minute rounds here in Monterrey. All right, the refs ready. Fighters are ready. We are ready, so here we go. Welcome inside the black and gold cage. This is our main event of the evening. Here in LUX Challenge 59, Anthony Cabrera, they call him El Cachorro, the puppy in the white trunks. The veteran, Anthony Ramírez in the black trunks. Alex, what kind of fight can we expect here tonight?
Well, we're trying to see if Cabrera here can close that distance. You can already see that he's already kind of having trouble with that that length and that reach advantage that Ramírez brings into this fight. But look at that. He's walking right in, doing exactly everything he needs to do to try to close that distance and keep Ramírez on his heels.
Man, he's such a long flyweight fighter, man. We're talking about 5'11" at 125. He looks tall, lanky, still very strong and well built. But that's also tough. I mean, you fought at 135, 145. It must have been very tough when you got to fight, you know, the likes of George Roop, for example. Those guys that were super long and for tall. The lighter divisions.
Yeah, those guys were always a headache, man. It's always difficult to close the distance with those. And you can already see here Ramírez is trying to, you know, get this fight on the ground. Nice big shot there. Just barely misses there for Cabrera.
What would be your advice for Cabrera?
He's doing a good job. He's trying to come inside, watching out on the distance is definitely where you don't want to be. But right here, he's stepping in. See how he's stepping back. You see Ramírez stepping back. That's where you want him. Up against the cage where you can land some punches.
All right. He's trying to put some pressure, being the aggressor here. Luis Cabrera. He's got 16 pro fights, so he's no slouch at all. 5-4 within LUX. Nice. And there's Ramírez once again going for the double leg takedown. Good sprawl right there from Cabrera.
Nice. Here's some dirty
Tries
boxing
to
here.
clinch with him. Let's see if some knees. Okay, there they are. Flying knee from Anthony Ramírez. And right away he clinches right against the cage. Cabrera trying to get out from that position. He
This
needs
is
to
huge.
as soon as
Nice.
possible.
Good breakaway there from Cabrera. Definitely don't want to go on the ground here. Keep this fight standing here. This is where he's going to win. Putting Ramírez up against the cage, just like how we talked about earlier. Overhand right. And walking down Ramírez. This is exactly what he wants to do.
When we talk about the impressive domination of Jorge Calvo in the 125-pound division, every time we get an interesting prospect, we're like, okay, should we hype him up? Is this the guy? Could be the next guy. And definitely, as you look at his physique, you know, he right away impresses you. Anthony Ramírez. Let's see if the hype can match the fighter.
So far, Ramírez is definitely aware of the challenge it's going to be and the respect that he has for Cabrera. He's got to watch out for that overhand right, overhand left, excuse me. And the southpaw stand right now for Cabrera. Nice, there it is.
Oof.
Now, this is one of the things that you hear in boxing a lot, you know, when you're a tall fighter, like, why are you bringing the fight, you know, why are you making it the distance shorter? Why are you closing that distance? And right now you see Cabrera taking advantage of that. It's like, okay, if Ramírez is going to take these kind of risks, I'm going to counter him with this left hand.
Yeah, and no leg kick so far from Ramírez. There you go. Finally, he needed to get going.
Backing him up. That's exactly what here Cabrera wants to do. Making that short, making that cage really short, making it smaller, and putting him up against the cage.
Ramírez once again going for the double leg, good sprawl. But Cabrera with two knees right there.
Uh-oh.
Fortunately, looked like one was low. Gerardo Cruz said, fight on.
Cabrera could have argued for it too, but no, I think he let it go. Nice. Look at that way. He's cutting it. Cutting the corners really nicely there.
Going
Head
for
kick.
the head kick right there. Anthony Ramírez. And then a low kick there. With 45 seconds left in round number 1. Spinning kick right there to the midsection. And look at Cabrera trying to find his range.
This is going to be a problematic night here for Ramírez if he can't get this fight to the ground.
Oh, the 1-2 combination. Ramírez shrugs him off. Works there the clinch. Takes him against the cage. Knee to the midsection. Tries to trip. No go. And then goes there to the thigh. Big knees and some stumps right there. Just trying to do everything to make his opponent uncomfortable.
Nice. Good job. Excellent job there for Cabrera. Breaking that corner.
Yeah. And then Anthony Ramírez unable to close the distance against his opponent. Not bad. Not a bad showing from the veteran, Luis Cabrera.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Cabrera here understands the game plan here. Both fighters are executing their game plan really well. I think Ramírez thought it would be a little bit easier to take Cabrera down. It's been a little bit more challenging than I think he thought. But look at that left hook. Lands beautiful for Cabrera. Some knees, some big power shot needs there. Oh, yeah, that one just barely missed. But that beautiful counter from Cabrera off the cage worked really well. Left hook, trying to get that takedown here for Ramírez, has not been successful. Counter there from Ramírez. So, man, this has been a very exciting fight. Cabrera able to deny a takedown whatsoever from Ramírez. That hold first round, that says a lot about what's coming up here in the second.
So then again, we have the prospect, Anthony Ramírez, the veteran, Luis Cabrera, as we head into round number 2 here in our main event of the evening. Ramírez still undefeated as a pro with 4-0. He's 3-0 inside the black and gold cage. Cabrera is 5-4 with LUX Fight League.
Oh, nice.
Inside leg kick, answer quickly there with the left hand from Cabrera. It was a tight first round, tough to score.
Yeah, Cabrera here cutting the corners, changing the angles of which he's attacking, making sure he's out of the way of the reach of Ramírez. Doing a good job so far. I'm really impressed because it's very difficult to deal with tall fighters.
Yeah, and do not forget that we're going to Mexico City. Just 2 weeks. February 27th. That will be a 59th event. As Ramírez is unable to get inside. And then checking the kick right there was Cabrera initially, and then that one really hit.
Yeah,
We
but
heard
there's
it all
nothing
the
there.
way.
That's the thing. How do you hit that on the other side? You know, that's not a very effective, you know, damage-causing kick there. Got the liver on the other side. Oh, there it is.
Wow, he got him. Quick counter. Tough break right there for Anthony Ramírez, and Cabrera wants to finish the fight here, but he's got to watch out for those long legs. First the up kicks, then a submission attempt. And look at the bloody face of Anthony Ramírez. Cabrera wants to pull the upset here.
Yeah, and not only that, but Cabrera is very aggressive here on these leg kicks. Doing a good job not falling into the guard.
Wow, look at the mouse under his right eye.
It got him clean. I mean, it was a clean punch. But you see the recovery here, Ramírez. Both fighters just...
Yeah, it seems like Cabrera wants
There it
nothing
is.
to do
Yep.
with Ramírez on the ground. So Ramírez is up. And now confidence-wise, it looks like Cabrera has won big time. Look at Ramírez trying to change levels, something that he hasn't been unable to do throughout the fight.
He's been doing a good job here. He's still looking for that big counter left to land. Well done.
Let's not forget that all of the 4 pro fights that Ramírez has won have been via submission. So he's definitely a guy that wants to take the fight to the ground. He has been unable to do something. Sort of set up with a combo, and you see it right there. As soon as he tries to go for the takedown, a quick answer with the uppercut from Cabrera.
I think Ramírez is having trouble seeing from his right eye. I mean, he's just kind of covering up really high there. Man, lightning fast, that left hand of Cabrera.
Yeah, the Cutman's gonna have his hands full once we get to the break, if Ramírez is able to finish the second round. There's Cabrera once again trying to cut the distance.
And I just like the way Cabrera is setting up all those punches. Everything he's doing is just being patient too. He didn't jump into the guard when he got that knockdown. I mean, he's just very patient, understands just how dangerous Ramírez is.
2 quick hooks in short range from Luis Cabrera. We can't forget about his power. He's got 6 finishes via KO. 6 KOs from 8 wins. That's a pretty good record. Shown some dynamite here, especially not easy to do in the flyweight division.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You know, see these fights just kind of go, you know, usually the distance and stuff. Oh, there's an attempt.
Wow, he just shrugged him off. Shoved him to the ground and then attacking with some leg kicks.
The tempo of these guys, man. Oh, there it is.
Oh, once again, the short hook. And that rocked Anthony Ramírez. He's in trouble.
There we go.
Went for the liver hook right there.
That one's attacking the liver. And his hands down.
Yeah, he took his legs away. And that's the opportunity he could be looking for. Just teeing up right there. Ramírez running away. And once again, he was looking for the midsection.
Looking for that liver shot, man. It's there because he's got that elbow down. Oh, wow. Saved by the bell.
What a finish from Luis Cabrera. That's exactly what I was talking about. Gatekeeper, no way.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it to be that.
No, not only that, but man, what a great fight here for our main event here at LUX Challenge. Cabrera putting up a really good clinic here tonight. Just being very patient and just not letting his ego get ahead of him too, and just waiting for those perfect spots to counter. There's that left hook, just really sat him down with a 1-2. Southpaw, left and right. Man, they landed. I mean, they put him straight down. And you see just the patience here. I mean, this is what experience does right here. He knows not to go in the guard. He knows not to go into the ground with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and give away this fight, and has just dominated the second round.
Luis Cabrera was able to defeat Alan Castro in only 9 seconds of the first round here at LUX. That was back in August 16th of 2024. Now, he's trying to get through the third round and go for the KO. He has the power, he has the tools, although he has a very tough opponent, the young up-and-comer, Anthony Ramírez. He's tall, he has range, he has talent, but he's been unable to decipher the strategy of the veteran Cabrera. There he goes with a combination, finishing with a leg kick.
Man. There he goes. And you see a lot of good movement here, recovered here for Ramírez. For as bad as it ended in the second round, he's moving pretty well. Corner's asking for a knee. Try to get this fight on the ground here. Still unsuccessful for Ramírez. There it is.
There you go.
Nice
Oh,
deep penetration on that double leg.
Beautiful double leg, taking his opponent against the cage. And a good opportunity.
Oh. Cabrera here might be trying to give away his back. Let's go, let's go. Take all the advantage that you can right now.
And that's the beauty of the sport, especially if you're a grappler, if you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist. A fight can change in an instant, and he's in a very good position.
Man, he is holding on to those legs too. He just wrapped them up right now.
Let's see if he's able to get his opponent to the ground. And he's able to keep him from attacking.
Yep.
He's right in front of the president of LUX Fight League, Joe Mendoza, looking at the action very closely.
You can't do very much here when you're, if you're Cabrera here. You're trying to use your hips to get out, but you can't even set your arms there.
Wow,
oh man.
The elbows are vicious, going right to the face of Luis Cabrera. This could be the momentum that Ramírez has been waiting for.
Oh my goodness.
Elbows once again.
Nasty elbows here. Oh, and I think I see a cut. Definitely some blood. And right now, it's very difficult to make any type of leverage to get up.
It's going right to the top of the head. Another one there.
Oh, man.
Those are just nasty. Going to the body as well. Turning right, trying to get instructions from his corner was Anthony Ramírez.
They're not landing. Those elbows are kind of just sliding right off, but man, that's difficult.
What do you think about round number one? Do you think that went to...
I think Cabrera took one.
Cabrera?
Yeah, I would lead to, but I mean, it's going to be a tight one. But right now, he's in a lot of trouble here. If he's not able to generate some sort of movement here, you know, you almost have to like bait something, like give your back a little bit to try to pull out. But he knows that if he does that, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and Ramírez has to have the mindset of losing the first 2 rounds. He needs to go for the finish right here.
Exactly.
There's no margin of error.
Exactly. Oh, he's used the cage again. So every time he's trying to explode out of there, we go.
Oh, wow, another big elbow. And those are putting Cabrera in trouble.
Man.
Gerardo Cruz is very close to the action here.
And Cabrera knows that if he tries to stand up here and try to make a turn here, he might get in trouble. There it is.
Oh, wow, he's able to get out. And right away with some motivation, after being in trouble for the first time in the fight, Luis Cabrera might want to go for the knockout here in the last minute of our main event of LUX Challenge 59. Oh, he slipped right there. I don't know, an awkward position there, trying to get a trip or something. The fans did not welcome him. Oh, wow. He slipped again. And obviously Cabrera doesn't want to go to the ground, but Ramírez has to hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. Ramírez has to get this finish here, and he's been trying to do some wild moves here, trying to get something going. There he is. Look at that. Look at the way Ramírez coming forward with a big left hand that lands. Looking at the clock here, 20 seconds left.
Yeah. So Anthony Ramírez looked like one of the brightest prospects in the flyweight division, but Luis Cabrera has said, I still have my
left hook.
future, as he's able to get him down. And he's like, all right, come up. Let's trade. Let's exchange.
That's it. Bell in 3.
And that was it.
Whoa.
We're gonna go to the judges, but it seems like Luis Cabrera did just enough in the first 2 rounds to snatch the result here and defeat the prospect Anthony Ramírez.
Yeah, I think Cabrera takes the win here tonight, but man, you never know when he goes to the judges. Let's take a look at some of that replay here. Look at this. Finally committed for that double leg takedown, gets it, steps on over in the mount position, and just sits here. Maybe we get here with Cabrera, escapes off of that, man, but he was just in a heap of trouble here. But he knew that he couldn't take just any random movement here. He stayed very patient throughout this fight. Very experienced is Cabrera. Man, let's see what the judges say here.
Wow. I think a lot of us expected Anthony Ramírez to continue his way up the ladder to eventually fight and contend for the title. But what a showing from Luis Cabrera. He was the underdog in this fight, but I think he's going to end up with a result.
Eesh.
And I think Cabrera, who was born in the Estado de Mexico and trains out of Cancun, was able to gain the love and the respect from the fans here. And then again, there's some boost for Anthony Ramírez. I think a lot of them expected more from the young prospect, and he was not able to deliver here tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you're just, you know, the fight doesn't come to you so easily. You know, a fighter doesn't just make the mistake of, like, going on the ground and shows that kind of experience and patience that Cabrera showed today. You know, that experience. We talked about that in the beginning of this, before the fight, that, you know, this is a young guy going up against experience.
Okay, let's go up inside the cage with Felipe de María and the official decision.
Señoras y señores, después de 3 asaltos nos vamos a las tarjetas de los jueces. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone the distance, and after 3 rounds we go to the scorecards for a decision. Judge Bermudez scored the fight 30-27 for Cabrera.
Oh, wow.
Daniela
Split
Modat
decision.
scored the fight 29-28 Ramírez. And Judge Compean scored the fight 29-28 to declare the winner by split decision, Luis Cabrera.